So this week I saw The Strangers Chapter 1, directed by Rennie Harlan and starring Madeline Page and Freud Gutierrez. My feelings on the first two Strangers films are actually vastly different, just like the movies themselves. The 2008 Strangers is a perfect thriller that I didn't feel needed a sequel. Then one did come along in 2018, Pray at Night, which I didn't like as much, but it has a really solid third act. And now we have this new one, Strangers Chapter 1, which is meant to be the start of a new reboot timeline trilogy. And this one's going to be kind of hard to talk about. Before going into it, all I heard was, oh, it's bad. It's really bad. It's so bad. It's not worth seeing in theaters. It's really, really bad. And while I agree with some of the sentiments on why it's bad, I don't fully agree. The best way I can describe this movie is that it's a pseudo remake that doesn't really understand what made the original movie work so well. When it's trying to be its own Stranger sequel, it works perfectly fine. The tension and dread is there. There are some really tense sequences here. But then when it tries to be an exact remake of The Strangers 2008, which is what it mostly tries to be, it falls flat on its face. A lot of the big moments from The Strangers that it tries to repeat have no impact or weight to them. Again, it doesn't understand what made that movie work so well. And that's further proven by the idea that this is supposed to be the start of a trilogy of a reboot timeline that's supposed to explain who the Strangers are, why they do what they do, and apparently explain who Tamara is. Look, if you're going to do your own thing, that's fine, but then why would you then recreate what the original film was if you're just going to throw out the themes of ambiguity anyway? Either way, this isn't the dumpster fire you've probably heard that it is, but it's not very good either. It's just really standard and, again, lacks any of the bite and punch that the original Strangers had that it tries to have. And I think that's even more disappointing than if it was just straight up bad and was so bad that it could be funny. So they filmed this new trilogy back to back to back, which is a pretty bold move. We're getting the second one later this year, the third one early next year. And so we'll see how it goes. It could turn out good. It could be just as generic as this one. But as of right now, completely mediocre start. So those are my thoughts on The Strangers Chapter 1. What did you think of this one if you saw it? What do you think of the fact that The Strangers is a franchise now? Let's talk everything The Strangers down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.